Welcome to Family Matters, a daily look inside the real world of parents and their children. I'm your host, Paul Kendall. Our society has come a long way from Leave It to Beaver and My Three Sons. Now, for those of you who have no idea who they are, well, they were young people who actually said things like, "No ma'am" and "Yes sir." Today, we've got kids suing their parents, calling 911 when threatened with discipline, and even divorcing their parents. Isn't it interesting that when television and other forms of media portrayed respectful, wholesome children, that the nation had a much higher percentage rate of respectful, wholesome children? Today, television and movies are full of self-empowered kids with little or no use for their parents. Take one Friday night stroll through the mall and you'll see a mirror image of the media. I'll never forget seeing a young man cursing at his mother, in public no less. I remember telling my wife, "Oh, just let me be his father for one day." You know, I think we'd all agree that disrespect in children is wrong. But my question to you today is, how did it happen? Where did that child get that concept of behavior from? Well, I want to introduce to you two gates. One is the eye gate, and the other is the ear gate. Everything that flows through those two gates becomes an indelible memory in a child's brain. On top of the fact that the media openly promotes sexuality, violence, and disrespect, current technology has taken it to a whole new level. These messages are everywhere, on TV sets, in every room of the house, on computers, on radios, and in an endless supply of movies. Our children are literally barraged with compromised messages of morality. Many children are left to themselves for a few hours after school because both parents work. You know, I can safely say that a great majority of problems in my own life can be traced back to a time when I was 15 years old and left unsupervised after school. Now, I have wonderful Christian parents who would have never allowed that to happen intentionally, and neither would you. But the simple truth is found in Proverbs 29:15. A child left to himself brings shame to his mother. You know, our adversary is a master strategist and willing to wait patiently, even years, to see the effects of sin begin to take root in a teenager's life. James 1:15 says that when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. So, how is sin conceived? Well, this happens the first time a young boy sees pornography on the internet. It happens the first time a young girl is left in a compromising situation with her new boyfriend. Imagine a young boy seeing alcohol portrayed as being cool and exciting in a movie. As a result, the next party he's at, he's offered alcohol and decides this time to drink it. One occasion leads to another, and then another. A few years later, he's featured on the nightly news for an alcohol-related automobile accident that cost him his life. It started with a contaminated piece of information passing through his eye gate and resulted in his death. Now, you may be thinking, "Paul, I can't control every waking moment of my child's life." That's true, you can't. But that's a far cry from where many parents are today when it comes to overseeing their children's activity and what they're exposed to. As parents, we cannot control every aspect of our children's lives, but we are responsible for creating a controlled environment for our children in their formable years. You can make a difference in the next generation by the way you raise your child today. I don't think anyone names their son Beaver these days, but we can still learn to train them to say things like "No ma'am" and "Yes sir." That's Family Matters. I'm Paul Kendall.
For more programs and to order Dad's new book, family matters, log on to KindleFamilyNetwork.com.